And so if we don't understand that we are connected to everything, and since we are connected to everything, why would we be either unconsciously or consciously hurting each other? Because then we're hurting ourselves. Doesn't make any sense. And I have to admit that I have great difficulty in understanding how humanity is still at this level of evolution. Very low from my perspective, still. Where there is so much ignorance and therefore violence. We're constantly acting in more than 95% of humans, I would say, most of the time in a survival mode. So what beautiful things can we actually build from there? And how can we ever feel at peace or safe in this world? It's not possible. If we don't transcend this part of our physical self and the brain, the reptilian brain, who's trying to protect, and it's like a radar for threat and danger. If through our education, when we come into this world, we are not taught what unconditional love is and what we truly are as energy, we get lost in this world because it's an unnatural world. It's not created out of love. Out of the notion of union and love and constructiveness that is connected to all of us, and it's in the core of our being. I wonder how long it will take humanity if it doesn't destroy itself first, which I think it won't. I'm more inclined to think that we're going to upgrade ourselves. And I also think that having extraterrestrial beings, physically extraterrestrial because we are all extraterrestrial as well, not our bodies, but our energy, our consciousness. If we have help from much more evolved beings, and of course I don't mean technologically, which I'm sure they are as well, but primarily in terms of lovingness. That I'd say is the best element to measure the level of evolution of any species. So if we are lucky and we are visited officially by other creatures, there's going to be chaos, but I'm sure they will be able to bring balance again and help those humans who want to be here in a very loving way, and help those who don't or who doesn't know how to, give them the appropriate help that other humans are not being able to give them. And because we are living in a world, it's divided physically by countries and run by international and national organizations, which are very much conditioned by very big companies and multinationals. The people who are running this world are not the most evolved ones. So taking that into account is enough to realize that we cannot really progress as a species. If those at the top are not at all the most evolved humans, we cannot evolve as a species. and we cannot become functional. This is a dysfunctional world when there is violence, there is hunger, there is violence, people killing each other and people killing themselves. So the level of desperation and confusion and despair that so many human beings experience is so high. And then we're destroying plants, we are mistreating animals, and so on and so forth. We do little beautiful things here and there, and it's true that more humans are standing up and speaking up because they want to take care of this world and they want to protect it. But also many of these humans are playing an activist role from a non-loving perspective, so it also creates more tension and hate, even if their intention is really good. It's always more important how you do things, not what you're doing. So you have to be a very strong example of love. Yes, you have to be strong. Yes, you have to be persistent. And yes, you have to be very confident and resilient. But if you don't ask for something in a rather loving way, then there is more of the same low energy spreading around. We have to start with ourselves. How can we ask for peace in this world if there is no peace within us? How can we expect to live in a world that is beautiful and loving if we cannot create that, not just within ourselves, but around ourselves? If we don't aspire for great things, if we become comfortable with being comfortable, and we become comfortable with mediocrity, how can we expect great things to happen? We really need to sit with ourselves and have a proper conversation about what we want to experience in this life and in this world, and really start with ourselves every single day, doing our best to be an example for ourselves, to realize that we can be, yes, more loving, we can be more creative, we can feel more freedom, we can be more generous, we can be more authentic, all of these things. The moment we are creating that reality within ourselves, will be impacting those directly around us, and in time, anyone and anything in this world and the whole universe, because again, everything is connected. We have to start with ourselves. We can't be hoping and expecting other humans and the whole world to change for us to have a better experience without us ever lifting a finger. It's not possible. That's probably the most unrealistic hope that we can ever have. And I think that's it for today. I love you.